Hey guys, this is Marshy checking in, and today I want to bring a success story of one of my incredible clients, Mr. Matt King, the King. He's a sensational chef. He's got a spiced rubs business, which he does on the side as well, which is growing. And he's just a great bloke, and he's overcome so many challenges and obstacles over the last 12 months himself, and since we've been working together as well. So, Matt, thanks for coming on board today and
Thanks
sharing
for
a
having
little
me,
bit
brother.
about your success story with the people watching this video.
I guess it all started out a couple of years ago meeting you and then just following your story and where you've come from with your own lifestyle and massive change from the working sector into your own private sector. I wanted to reach out years ago, I guess, in a way, but I held off. And at the same time, I probably wasn't ready. So, but it's good to now know that I could have taken the plunge earlier and reaping the rewards of success like I am now.
Yeah. Now, Matt, remember it was so 2022 was last year. Remember, kind of earlier in the year, we did have a bit of a discovery call. Remember that call earlier in the year?
Yeah, I did.
And at the time, yeah, you probably weren't quite ready to do some work with me. But remember, I gave you a task or a challenge at the end of that call. Can you remember what that was?
Just saving $1,500 and having it as savings. So a
Yes.
nice, easy, simple goal, but one I hadn't achieved for just a long time.
Now, there's something significant here, which I just love, because sometimes when I have calls with people and they're not quite ready, I will give them a challenge or a task. And a lot of the times, people it won't happen. They won't do the task. So when you came back to me a few months later, having actually achieved the task that I set for you, I was amazed. I was very, very impressed. So talk me through what happened there after that first call.
I think after the first call and just working with the income expense sheet that you gave me, I was able to save the goal 3 to 4 times. And I kept hitting that goal and then maybe plateau again. But at the same time, it was huge for me from going from week to week and living, just managing just to get by to being comfortable and happy and content with my achievements. So it was great. And then I realized once I'd done that a couple of times that it was time to take a step forward and move into working together and creating what we have now.
And I'm curious, Matt, because you did have some success on your own after that first discovery call. Like, why was it that you still wanted to reach out and work with a mentor like myself to take you on the next step?
I feel for me, it was the right time in my life to pay some money towards myself to invest and actually make it work for me, instead of working for it. I always felt like I had such a great attitude. I just needed some guidance. And I've reached out and have a life coach and then I have a financial coach. And it's been the best decisions of my life.
Love it, mate. Love it. Like you've achieved so much, and we're only 3 months in to a 12-month program, and so much has changed
It
already.
has.
So I'm curious
Yeah.
for you, Matt. In our 3 months working together so far, what have you discovered? What's been the biggest thing for you since we've been working together?
When I first started working together with you, I just thought it was going to be financial coaching, and working towards that. When there's so much more. There's so much more that we've delved into that's helped me in just everyday life and just achieving just small goals here, there, and everywhere. From goal setting to planning to visualizations to manifesting and it's all coming tenfold now. Sometimes I feel like we've plateaued. At the same time, I realize when I look back at the increase that comes every week when I fill in my sheets before our sessions, I'm like, oh, wow, look, my net worth's up. Oh, wow, look, my investment account's up. What am I going to learn different this week to what I'm learning now? And every time it's something new, something great, and something to really cherish. And I feel, like I said, our original goal was 12 months to work forward, but I can see it being longer.
Yeah, I love that, Matt. Like you have achieved so much already, and I worked with a lot of people, and your attitude from the get-go was sensational. Just your alignment of viewing this as investment rather than expense was huge. So I do want to acknowledge you just for the attitude that you've
Thanks,
showed up
brother.
with from the start, and you've taken a lot of action on everything that I've shared with you, and that's why you're experiencing the great results that you have so far. And what I would love to know, Matt, is we're 3 months in. What does the future now look like for you? What can you see
Uh,
yourself doing and being?
the future is a lot of my goals that are, not I didn't think were achievable, but are achievable now.
Mm.
A lot of the things I would doubt myself on, just clear thinking now, and I'm able to assess and move forward. And really, instead of procrastinating, I feel like I've made such huge steps and bounds. I always felt like for years I was going 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, whereas now I can take 5 steps comfortably, and I'm only get knocked back occasionally, and that's life because you're going to get a couple of knockbacks. So that's okay.
The future's looking bright.
Very bright.
Now, lastly, Matt, if there's someone who's watching your success story and they're getting inspired by your success story, and they're maybe sitting on the fence about working with me one-on-one, what would you say to that individual who's sitting on the fence?
For me, I guess it was, I've got a lot of self-doubt after being a drug and alcohol addict for many years and not being in charge of my finances for a long time. 20 years in total, now being 1 year sober and taking the plunge of working with you. You've had no, you've just worked effortlessly with me, and knowing my conditioning and my habits and the way I break things down are a lot different probably than others. And I'm really glad that I took the step to move forward because there's been no judgment and you've worked effortlessly with me. So I really appreciate that because sometimes in life it's hard to find people that can just work that role.
Yeah, that's awesome, Matt. And as you have overcome so much as well. I just want to acknowledge Matt as well because he shared with me a bit before we hopped on this call that it's 1 year drug-free and nearly 1 year alcohol-free as well, that's sensational, mate. Like you've seriously turned your life around. And I'm honored to be a part of your journey.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you've got some wisdom from Matt's story here as well. I hope you got some value from it as well. So really appreciate your time, Matt. I'm really looking forward to working with you for the next 9 months and longer and seeing what other incredible things we can achieve together.
Cheers, brother. I really appreciate everything you've done so far. And I'm excited because what we've achieved in 3 months is just priceless. So
awesome, mate. Let's go.
Thanks, brother. Cheers.